All right, guys.
Hello.
Welcome back. Or not welcome back. Welcome to Wednesday Night Standard here at GameSwap in Mason, Ohio.
Yep.
My name is Patrick Savage. I am joined tonight by Matthew Manier.
Hello, guys.
It's been a while since I've been behind the camera, or behind the booth.
Yep.
I was sick for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Had to work. I got the plague from SCG Cincy. It was not fun.
Yeah. But most recently, he's been winning Modern with his blue-white, and then he used to play Jund recently, did really well with that.
Yeah.
On camera. So
I did, yes. And then I got destroyed by Ponza. Died my own Bobs. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so we have Tony Mason here against Luke Browning. We have Red Black Aggro against what I believe is Snacks and Ladders. Yep. He's got the Adonis Klein. He's got the Snacks.
It's the Sultai version.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar.
Which he just switched to recently on my advice, so you know.
Yep.
It's all me.
I would also agree with Patrick that Sultai is pretty sweet right now.
I think Green Black's actually just atrocious, and you need the reach of
Adonis Climb
to be able to do your stuff.
Is he jamming a single Scarab God in his list too?
I don't think he is.
It's not bad, but it's not a necessity.
Yeah, I actually played against this deck at the Classic on SCG Cincinnati. Actually by my friend's dad, who I just kind of ran into him. That was a lot of fun.
Interesting.
So we're going to see just mono removal spells from Tony here, along with this Bomat Courier. That's a very good card.
It's one of my favorite cards.
It's a very good card.
I'm playing it in one of my Modern decks right now. It's so
that doesn't surprise me.
Alright. Well, right now this Bomat Courier is going to get all the value. Tony still has a pretty good hand, though, so he's probably going to wait at least 3 turns before he cracks it. Yeah, he missed a land drop or 2.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
and this is going to be kind of hard for Tony to deal with. Bristling Hydra is still a good card despite the lack of energy support.
Yep.
You can still give it hexproof. It still blocks. It still attacks. It's still a powerful Hydra. And Tony draws a Chandra, not what you want to see when you're light on lands.
Yep. Tony really needs to find 2 lands, and then he can probably deal with this Hydra with some better creatures.
Yeah, well, Hydra's also very good with Adonis Climb.
Do you think he's going to pop this Courier right now?
I don't think so. I don't think he can really afford to. He's got a lot of power in his hand, but oh, Lord. So that's a Chandra, 2 Kenras, 3 Crashers.
Did he not even get a land off that?
I can't tell. Looks like the other Crasher.
I see a Chandra, too, in his hand, I think.
There's a Shock in his hand.
Is that weird angle where it's like...
Oh, he didn't even find the land. That's disappointing for Tony Mason.
That's upsetting. Yeah, so he just lost 2 cards off that.
That's a lot of power, and Luke even has the Blossoming Defense backup for also with the Adonis Climb. I believe that's is that a Moment of Craving in his hand?
It is indeed.
It's a weird main deck inclusion, but
I've been seeing a lot
work for it here.
And like a lot of decks that just play black in general. So like,
yeah, it's very popular in especially blue-black control. I played it in green-black Masterminds.
So I think he's picked it up from those lists.
Yeah, I can still see it being good if you care about your mono-red matchup. Also, if you want ways to deal with Adonto Vanguard.
Yeah.
It answers that pretty darn well.
All right. Well, Tony's shocking the face. Kind of.
He just needs to use his mana.
Yeah.
We found a Carry Zev.
That's not
that chump blocks. On that, doesn't do much.
I don't think he's not going to chump block this turn, but maybe next turn if he has to.
Well, he can't next turn because that Adonis
never mind.
Flip.
Yep. Flying.
And it can give things flying.
Yeah. So I think Tony's
pretty dead.
Yeah.
He takes 6 here, goes to 9, and then he will take.
Luke can you just remove this? No,
he cannot just remove this because it's a 1/3.
Yep.
So if Tony doesn't want to die next turn, he actually does just have to chump block here. Takes 6, goes to 9, and then Luke can hit him for 12.
Tony's best option is to hope that Luke forgets that he has an enchantment in play, and then he can slowly come back from this. But the likelihood of that
is very low.
It's very low.
Yes.
Considering that he hasn't forgotten yet.
So I believe that was a Verterous Gearhulk that was drawn.
No need to play that.
No.
Let's just
flip our enchantment, hit him for 14, make it. We can make it a lot more than that if we wanted to, but I don't think we need to.
I think so, yeah. Well, considering Tony's at 9 life,
yeah, 14.
We don't need to.
14's enough. 14 that he can't block. And then we have 2 means of protection. Back. So I believe it's going to be game 1 going to Luke Browning. I believe we're going to see him scoop him up. Yep, there's the scoop. Tony Mason concedes this game to Luke, and now we're gonna move to our sideboards. I don't expect Tony to be siding in more lands. That was his issue that game, but who knows?
Main thing for Tony, I think, is possibly, since he saw the Hydra and Hydra only, might even consider taking out removal. How do you feel about that?
No, he didn't only see Hydra. He also saw Merfolk Branchwalker and Lightning Constrictor. His very first, he went turn 1 Bowmaker into turn 2 Lightning Strike on your Constrictor.
Are there better cards that he wants, though?
So he's gonna want
like the cut to ribbons. Like
yeah, he's gonna want to go to his flyers. Those are his best cards in the matchup. Things like Rekindling Phoenix, things like Glorybringer, Chandra. It's not a flyer, but just a harder to deal with threat. So if he has more of those in the board, I would expect to see those come in. He also will probably trim on the shocks. They don't kill a ton that matters. They could pick off a Merfolk Branchwalker. Other than that, it's not really doing too much. And then if he also has maybe some black removal in his board, I would expect to see maybe some numbers of Fatal Push or Unlicensed Disintegration is something that I would like here. But
I like Disintegration a lot.
Other than that, I think Tony's main deck is going to be set up as well as he can for the matchup. His hand was actually pretty good if he found lands. He had an amazing start.
If he had, if he found both the lands that he needed, he probably would have won that game.
Even if he found one more land, he would have been able to play the On-Corrupt Crasher, exert it, attack for a bunch, play an On-Corrupt Crasher, exert it, attack for a bunch, play an On-Corrupt Crasher, exert it, attack for a bunch.
And then after that, he could have, if he found the land, he had the reach with Chandra, if need be, but probably wasn't needed.
Yeah, so that's going to be game 1 here, guys. So, Matt, have you seen Dominaria cards?
Oh yeah,
we got a new standard format coming up, so I know there's a bunch that I'm excited for, namely Adelaide's the Cinderwind. I think that card's just phenomenal.
See, I don't want to start like naming names of the cards because they're all like really long names, and I'm like horrible at remembering these kind of things.
If you guys have any cards that you want us to talk about, if you have any questions that you're like, oh, do you think this card's good? Where would you put this card? What home would you find for it? Stuff like that.
Ask us in chat.
Ask us in the chat. We'll talk about them. We can
last week,
discuss with you.
We talked about Blue-Red Wizards. It was actually looking pretty good.
This deck is something I'm going to be working on for a while now. But this card, Adelaide's the Cinderwind.
Yeah, this card's the main thing that makes it really good.
Plus Wizard Lightning.
Yep, so for those who missed it, well, I'll probably actually bring out the list for next time. We can talk about that again if you guys are interested, but things about other than that, I'm interested to see we got going for elves, goblins, the other tribes, you know, but nothing too huge right now from those. But I think mono green in general, or just the green.
Yeah, mono green is looking pretty good.
Yep.
I'm also looking at a Song of Freyalise deck.
Okay.
So you know what that card does?
Go ahead and inform me again.
So it's, I believe, 1 in a green for a Saga enchantment. The first 2 parts of the Saga.
2 in a green. No, it is 1 in a green.
1 in a green is basically Cryptolith Right for your guys. All your guys tap for 1 mana of any color. And the third one, they get like +1/+1 and a bunch of keywords. Yeah, it's like Vigilance, Trample, Indestructible.
So are you thinking like tokens? Or?
Yes.
All right.
So you have that. You have the 2 mana Saproling guy. Like you get 2 Saprolings, and then also you as like kicker. So you get 4 Saprolings.
Yeah. Okay.
You get just play things like Vizier of the Menagerie, just a bunch of mana sinks, and then eventually we just run our opponent over with a bunch of dudes.
Okay. Is there any like high-end card that we're playing? Do we have like the card Overrun? Has that been?
No, we do not have the card Overrun. The closest we have to that, I believe, is a copy of Overcome. I think Overcome from like Aetherbolt or something.
Well, we still haven't seen all the spoilers yet from Dominaria, but that has to be a really good card for this deck to get.
Gene7IK asks, what Saga card do we like the most? What's your favorite Saga card?
Personally, I'm not really sold on the Sagas.
So I think each Saga is probably gonna... You can't look at them like, oh, you're gonna make a Saga deck. You're gonna have a deck that's a bunch of like an Enchantress deck with a bunch of Sagas. I think you're gonna be like, okay, I'm playing mono white aggro, so I want to play History of Benalia. I'm playing a Song of Freyalise deck. The one that I'm actually most excited for is, I think it's called the Phyrexian Scriptures.
The black one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's the only one that was actually appealing to
If you guys have ever played Hearthstone, there's a card in Hearthstone called Doomsayer.
That's actually my favorite card in Hearthstone.
Yeah. This is basically a 4-mana Doomsayer. So it's a card you put on the table, and then like bridges you into the next turn, destroys all non-artifact creatures. So you play this on 4, you get the first ability, and then on turn 5, on your upkeep, or in the beginning of your main phase or whatever, you destroy all non-artifact creatures, and you get to untap with the clear board and play your thing. So you could do this on turn 4, and then slam a Scarab God, and they have the choice of fighting your Scarab God, dealing with that, or progressing their board state.
Yeah, so I'm actually really excited for that saga, but I'm still not sold on it. Like, I'm not sold on the idea of the saga, but hopefully I'm wrong and they actually end up being super good.
Yeah.
Because I would like that.
Also with the Phyrexian Scriptures, if you play like a Gifted Aetherborn on turn 2, when you play the Scriptures, you give that the counter, make an artifact creature, and then it doesn't die to the board wipe on the next turn.
That's actually, yeah, it's pretty good. That's kind of nasty, actually. So what, the new blue-black control, is that what you're thinking here?
Blue-black we're actually also looking at like blue-white, or not blue-white, black-white.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of things I like in like the black-white or Abzan colors. Just really, Abzan's just really tempting. So if you're already doing black-white, I like throwing in green because Llanowar Elves and all these other great green cards.
Yeah.
It's just so tempting. And then the mana base right now in Standard is actually going to be insane. Like all the different...
Yeah, because you get the check lands now.
Yeah. So we have all the check lands, we have the cycle lands, the fast lands.
It's pretty good.
And then we have a bunch of like deserts and stuff, but
yeah,
those aren't as cool as the rest. Like the mana base is like flawless right now in Standard, which is awesome.
Yeah. I hesitate to ever call mana bases flawless, but they're much better than they have in the past, especially now that we're getting more enemy colored lands. We haven't had those for the past like year and a half. Once I
think towards when we start like filling it with sets, the mana base just gets really good.
Yeah.
But then it's about to cycle out into just the check
So
lands.
this game, we'll go back and talk about our actual game now. Tony Mason has a lot better start. He went Bomat Courier into On-Crab Crasher, and now he has his Rekindling Phoenix that he untapped with. The ground's starting to get a little clogged up because of Rishkar on Luke's side.
But fortunately for Tony, the Phoenix flies.
Yeah, the Phoenix flies. So that's what we got. That's all we need.
So if he hits him with Phoenix, it looks like he has a cut ribbons in hand. So if we hit him, cut something, and then we finish him with ribbons.
Well, he only has 1 black mana. So we're
He's going to draw a
away from
second.
that.
Come on, Patrick.
He might have another Dragon Skull Summon in hand. It's possible. But Luke is at 6. Like, he could just die here to double Lightning Strike. So we cut the Rishkar.
Do we have a... I know, we don't have green mana open for it. A Blossoming Defense anyways.
He did have green mana open. The Servant of the Conduit.
Yeah, it wasn't summoning sick. You're right.
He didn't even need to spend energy to make green mana. Because it had a counter and there was a Rishkar. Are you talking about the new Teferi Planeswalker?
Alright, so we're pushing the Phoenix because of our revolt. The Teferi?
The new Teferi.
Teferi?
What?
Teferi.
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 I'm not doing this with you right now.
That's fine.
I think it's
the ultimate is sweet, but, getting there.
Yeah, that's one of those things where if you ultimate that like an 8 loyalty ultimate on a Planeswalker, you're gonna win the game no matter what. Like
yeah, it's like either of the Tammy is, you know. It's just like
like that ultimate just says you win the game, but that's not what I'm doing when I'm putting Planeswalkers in my deck, especially 5-mana Planeswalker. What does his middle ability do? Put target non-land permanent into
the owner's library
third from the top. Yeah. So like kind of protects itself. It then like kind of draws cards.
It's a Chandra minus, right? So it goes from 4 to 1 if you're doing that. Which is gonna slow you down from the ultimate heavily.
A lot. What I do like about Teferi is that he does allow you to play him, plus you get to draw a card, but then you get to leave up something like Essence Scatter, or Negate, or actually currently my favorite card in the new set, I believe it's called Seal Away, It was spoiled like yesterday.
Okay, I might not have seen this one.
1 and a white for an enchantment with flash. Exile target tapped creature until it leaves the battlefield.
I have seen this one. Yeah.
I think that is
card looks
going to be huge for white-based control decks.
Exactly. Yeah, we were getting a 3rd white enchantment. That's really good.
Yeah, but like another 2 mana, that's instant speed.
Yeah. It's kind of like what was that card? It's Stasis Snare.
Stasis Snare, Immolating Lair. Like, it's like obviously meant to get rid of tapped creatures.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
seal away.
They're gonna attack, flash it in. I like it. Goodbye, Scarab God.
Yeah, you could. Well, if this is an actual card that we're seeing a lot of, I don't expect people to attack with their Scarab God into 1 and a white as much. But it looks like Tony Mason has won this game.
What is the art like? Is that an actual creature that we've seen yet? Like the guy that's in the art of Seal Away.
So you look at the flavor text. It says an ancient nemesis rendered harmless long ago.
Right.
I believe it's a Phyrexian Hulk, like a big Phyrexian thing.
Hulk, yeah. All right, so game 3.
I believe we're going to game 3.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. So I know it hadn't been like
so Tony drew
cheating that much. So the hesitation I have about the 1 and a black spell that kills a non-legendary is
there's a lot of legendaries.
There's going to be a lot of legendaries running around, and sometimes you're going to have like that, and your opponent's going to have an Adelaide Cinderwind, or heaven forbid they have something like Daragaz, or a big thing that you need to kill.
I'm pretty sure the best, the cheapest black spell that's good is still going to be Fatal Push, and then after that you're just going to go like Grasses Contempt still. Yeah,
I could see that as maybe a sideboard card. Like, it's going to be really good against like mono red or like
sideboard
goblins
for sure. Even else.
Yeah, or against maybe like mono green aggro. We're gonna have to see how prevalent legendary creatures are.
Legendary.
Did I say legendary?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sorry. We have to see how prevalent legendary creatures are, and how badly we need to kill them, and that's gonna determine how many of that spell we're gonna play. And then you have like the other decks that I'm looking at, which are all really bad Reanimator decks. Also, with the whole legendary sorceries, a lot of people are gonna be trying to play more legendary creatures.
I'm upset that it's only creature or planeswalker. Yeah, I'm upset by that.
Why?
If it was legendary in general, those would be so good.
Well, yeah, but that'd be a little too easy.
Is like another way, like a legendary land, like. But I really want these legendary sorceries to be like sweet.
Yeah, the one that I'm looking at the most is Yawgmoth's Vile Offering, the reanimation spell.
That's
I think
a really good one. That
card is going to be, if a Reanimator deck is good, I think that card's going to be very good.
Yeah, so I know last week I was talking about I really want to play Reanimator and in Standard, but I built the deck with the spoilers we have now. It's really slow.
Yes. Currently, I believe we need something else to just like dump cards in our graveyard.
Yeah, so you're gonna go turn 2, like Winds of Rebuke or Search for Riscanta, one of those things. Contingency Plan is another blue spell that you can do that gets cards in your graveyard.
Contingency Plan? That card's not in Standard anymore.
Which one?
You mean Strategic Planning?
Strategic Planning. Yeah, sorry, my apologies. Yeah, it's still really slow.
So, what legendary creatures are you playing that lets you cast Yawgmoth's Vile Offering?
All of them.
What does that mean?
Okay, so there's a 4-mana White Angel, right? So it's gonna be Abzan splashing a little bit of blue.
Okay.
Or I mean, blue splashing a little bit of green. Sorry.
So it's blue, black, white.
Blue, black, white. Yeah.
So it's Esper splashing a little bit of green.
A little bit of green. Because the green is for the Journey to Eternity.
Okay.
Just cause. Yeah, so we have this angel, and then there's like a bunch of really good higher end legendaries, but the main problem is just like the early game.
Yeah, you have to have a legendary creature in play
for the sorcery, correct?
Yes. So the one that I've been having a lot of success with, well, in my like limited testing, has been Baral.
Yeah.
I think having if you're a blue-based Reanimator deck, playing turn 2 Baral lets you cast the Vile Offering on turn 4 if they don't kill your Baral.
Yeah, that's why I would play Baral turn 3 and then search turn 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that works too.
And then since we're also playing black, like we have like access to Fatal Push and early removal like that.
Yeah. Then the other problem is you have to have like a way to get all your creatures in your graveyard.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure Yawgmoth's Foul Offering is like to be the best way to go for a Reanimator style deck. You might want to stick with Liliana Death's Majesty. That way you're not hampered with having this really bad like 2-drop in your deck that you need to play. You also need to like balance your turns out between putting things in your graveyard and then also making sure you have a legendary creature to cast Offering.
You could go turn 2 Brawl, turn 3 Journey on Brawl, turn 4 Offering. You don't have anything in your graveyard, but you can still do it.
That seems bad.
I mean, sure, but you could do it.
And then the other reanimation spell I'm looking at is Primeval's Glorious Awakening.
Is that the white black one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's more of like a combo deck where I need like
that's a one
in a blue. So like put the top 5 cards in my library in my graveyard.
You already have that.
In what?
The one that cycles, target player puts top 5 into graveyard.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that's also in the deck.
Ooh, I forgot that card existed.
Well, I'm not sold on it though. Like I'm not sure if that's still enough.
Well, no. So Primeval's Glorious Awakening deck it's not a reanimator deck because it's a combo deck.
Okay, so we're comboing.
So we're just dumping everything into our graveyard.
Right.
And then I play Primeval's Glorious Awakening, and you just get all these legendary permanents back.
Agreed.
You could get things like Search for Scondo back, but there is I believe, blue-red, or maybe it's blue-black or black-red or something, legendary that gives all your creatures haste. So we just kill them.
Okay. Alright, I like this.
So, we're finally in our 3rd game.
But my courier, again, didn't work.
Luke did mulligan, I believe, to 5?
It was 5, I think.
And then Tony mulligan to 6?
Which, I think...
Or maybe Luke just took a really long time to shuffle and mulligan.
Maybe. Well, if Luke does mulligan, it just benefits Tony way more.
Well, yeah, I always like it when I play mulligans.
And then Tony's the aggressive deck.
Yeah, and Tony's had a very nice curve here. He had turn 1 Bomat Courier into turn 3 on Crep Crasher.
That's pretty good.
If I was Luke, honestly, I would take this opportunity to kill the Bomat Courier, whether it be Walking Ballista.
He's tapped out. He can't even, pop it. There's no.
Yeah, and then he has the Fatal Push to kill the on Crep Crasher.
Oh.
That's a nice turn there for Luke.
That was really good.
Although he did miss his land drop, and he has no green. So that's going to be bad for him. Is that... What is that?
I am not sure.
Is that, Skyship Stalker?
Is that the... Oh, wait, it's the dragon that has, like, fire breathing, right? And then you can pay red to give it haste?
Yeah.
Yes, from Cal... Okay, all right, I like this.
I think that's a copy of Skyship Stalker that you can, like, fire breathe.
So one red to give it +0, 1 red to give it haste, and then 1 red...
To give it first strike, I believe.
Yeah, and it was... Yeah, I think it's first strike.
So, yeah, it's a 3/3, so that's tapped for 8
right.
by Tony, putting Luke down to... Yeah, putting Luke down to 10?
Okay, I did not know this promo existed.
I believe it was a buy a box promo.
I did not buy a box, that's probably why.
So, more lands.
Okay,
We can play cut on that. I wouldn't even cut that, I would have just... Oh, or we just have Hazoret.
Why wouldn't you cut it if you have the Hazoret? Come on.
I didn't know we had the Hazoret.
Me neither, but you
big,
you gotta believe.
Flying, hard to deal with threats. You want to beat a black deck? Play those.
Yeah, and also have them get stuck on black.
Yeah, I don't think Luke has a way to come back from that. He was dead on 4 different levels. But yeah, that's going to be round 1 here, guys. We will see if we have another match for you. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not.
There's still a good chunk of time left on the clock.
So... if we do, obviously, we'll be back, you'll know. But if not, we will be back in probably around 30 minutes. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
All right, see you then.